Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another unboxing of a game we recently picked up. Well, actually, right before Christmas, not that recently. But it's a game that we had played before. We had borrowed from somebody, and a game that we really liked. A great economic game, a really popular economic game. In fact, one of the most popular economic games ever produced on Board Game Geek. It's still in the top 100, I believe, still in the top 50 games, even though this was released in the early 2000s. Actually, we'll look at the actual year. I'm not sure the exact year, but I know it was sometime in the 2000s, 2001 and 2010. But it's had numerous expansions, mostly different maps and everything, but also a couple of spin-offs of, to the Power Grid series. First Sparks is one. Another one is Factory Manager, and then it's had, like I said, had numerous additions to the game, different power plant cards and whatnot. But anyway, I picked up my copy from a local game store here, and let's take a look at it. So we'll take a look at the back here, see if I can focus in on it. So it's an energetic economic game for 2 to 6 players. You can also play it solo too. There's a solo variant that I played before. In fact, the guy that played it originally he's from Germany. He originally played it in German, and well, he didn't speak German in the video, but the rules that he had were in German, and he interpreted them to English. But again, they're on Board Game Geek. There's a lot of great community for the game, and a great solo variant too. But it definitely, I think, does play better with multiple people. Probably about 2 or 3 the best. I've only played it with 2, but I'm itching to play it with more, just to see the interaction and everything, as it does have an auction mechanic. But anyway, so earning money with electric power. Earning lots of money with electric power. A very good idea. Should I use coal or oil to generate power in the old fashioned, or will there be a shortage of those resources in the future? Will there be a future for burning garbage? Certainly, nuclear power is very exciting as long as the government will manage the nuclear waste. There will be a lot of profit. Of course, you use more ecological friendly power and be independent of resources, but will such power be powerful enough for the customers in the future? Naturally, you must watch your competitors to see what plants they build, what cities they have in their net. Is that net? Yeah, in their net. What resources they designed, or what power plants they find interesting. And it's a strategy game of planning with sources of energy. So, alright, so it comes with a 2-sided game board, as we'll see, and power plant cards, 48 power plant cards, money, which is my only gripe in the game, is the way they do the money, which I'll show you, and 200 wooden pieces. So, alright, so let's take a look at it. And again, it's by Rio Grande Games. It's the only game I think I own by Rio Grande Games, although they do have a bunch of other popular games out there. Can't think of any offhand, but anyway, here's the game box here. Take a look around it. 2 to 6 players, 13 plus, although you can play it way younger than that. It takes approximately 2 hours. I'd say that's pretty fair. Although you can usually get a solo game I can get in probably a little over an hour. An hour to an hour and a half. But yeah, about 2 hours, I guess, an hour per player. Alright. So there you go. Nothing that exciting inside the box. Alright, so here is the rule book. So the rule book is adequate. It does leave a little bit to be desired. It is sometimes hard to follow, but it does give a lot of good examples and everything. But sometimes you do have to flip around back and forth with it. This is a nice chart right here. It shows you your resources and stuff that you have to put out every round. Set up for different amounts of player counts, 2 through 6 players. And then this right here, I believe there are player aids on this too, which shows you the amount of resources you need to put out: coal, oil, garbage, and uranium, all fuels for power plants, as well as was also the wind power too, which really isn't a power plant. So that is the rule book. Not too many pages, just 8 pages. We'll take a look at the game board lastly, but here's just some more games by Rio Grande Games. Oh yeah, of course, Dominion is probably their most popular one here. Card game with its numerous expansions. Race for the Galaxy, of course, is another popular game. And Roll for the Galaxy. Dice version of Race for the Galaxy, pretty much. Yeah, so those are probably their most popular games. Right. And then you have your resources and everything here. These are all your resources. Let's see, the garbage is the yellow. The brown is the wood. I'm trying to think here. It's been a little while since I'd played a game. Oh yeah, the red is the uranium, and the black is the oil. They do have an upgraded version of the game, which came out in the last few years, which they have upgraded components and everything. Let me see what year this was published here. See if I can find it. It's probably on the back of the box here. Yeah, 2004 was the year that the game came out. So it's been out a little while. So again, these are the resources. These right here are your houses, and these are the you put one of these in each city. I guess you can look at it as either houses or cities. So every time you buy into a city to power it, well, first you can buy cities and then you have to power them. But again, there's numerous playthroughs on this, so I'm not going to go into that now. But definitely check those out. But definitely a great economic game. So anyway, so these are the houses, and each player gets a certain color of the houses. And yeah, here's my one pet peeve of the game, is the money. They call them electro bucks, and yeah, I don't even know if I'll probably use them just because, I don't know, we'll see. I might get some something like poker chips or something like that, which I don't think I have any right now, but just replace this, because definitely they could have done better with this. This is like I said, my only pet peeve of the game is the money. It's real thin, rips easily, just not very flimsy, sticks together. That it may even use coins or some kind of coin or something like that. But anyway, that's the money. And here are your power plants cards here, and they pretty much all look the same like this. There's different kinds. I guess I'll open it up just to show you, because this is an unboxing. But I can get it here with my nails. All right. So these are just some examples of the power plants. Like for instance, this one uses oil. Uses 2 oil resources, which you have to buy each round, and this will power 1 house or 1 city. So again, they increase in number. This is the auction cost. They start at certain values. So you create an auction and you have to bid on the plants each round. So this one produces coal. It costs 4, and this one also produces, is able to power 1 city. Again, this one can be used either oil or coal. Powers 1 city. This one's garbage, which can be used to power just 1 city. It costs 6. Now, you'll see here that this one does cost 3 oil, but it does power 2 cities. So they get more efficient as you go up. Let's show you here. Show you one. This is the first nuclear power one. This one uses the oil or the coal, and it powers 2 cities. Now here's the first eco-friendly one, the windmill. It costs 13, but it only powers 1 city, but it is free. You don't have to spend resources on it each round. So let's get one of the, so it keeps going up and up and up and up. Again, getting more efficient. This one powers up to 5 cities, costs 3 coal. So they come out later in the game, and you're able to power more cities. Now the goal in this is to power the most cities. Well, actually the goal in it is to power, is to have the most money, but once a player reaches a certain player count, reaches a certain cities, buys up to a certain amount of cities depending upon the player count, then the game ends and you count up all your money, and whoever has the most money at the end of the game. Now it's not only do you have to own the cities, but you also have to power them, and you have to buy into each city too. So let me show you the player board here. And the game is set up in 3 rounds, each round getting a little progressively harder. So let me pause the video for just a second, and I will show you the board once it's laid out. All right, so this is the actual board. I'll just I'm holding the camera right now, so it's pause for the, apologize for the shakiness there a little bit. But it contains 2 maps. This is the map of the United States. Down here is where you put your resources out. You start from here, and these are the costs of each of the resources. So at the beginning of the game, I believe coal goes all the way to the end here. And then you have your oil right here, which starts here and goes all the way out. And I think that goes about right out to here. Not quite to the end, so it's a little more expensive at the beginning. And then your garbage, I think you just start with the first 2 levels of the garbage right here. So it's going to cost you a little bit more initially. And then your uranium, I think, starts out just with the first 2. Now each round, as we mentioned earlier, said you put out certain amounts for each step right here. But anyway, just a little zoom in a little bit on the map. So depending upon how many players you're going to pick certain regions here. You're never going to use the whole map unless you're using all 6 players, I think. So let's look at an instance right here. So let's just say that you started in Dallas right here. So you're going to start inside of a city, and then in order to expand into other cities, you need to pay a cost to get the power over there. So 3, and then you pay in the first round you pay 10 for the city. So if you were in Dallas and you wanted to go to Oklahoma City, you would have to pay the connection cost plus the city cost. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much into the game. And then in the upper right corner over here, these right here are the number of cities that you own right here. And once you get into these higher amounts here. I know in the single player version, I think once the AI gets to 15, the game ends. And I think most of the 2-player games, I think it's like, I want to say it's 17 cities. So once the first player gets to that, then it ends. And it's got a very unique, like I said, auction mechanic. Not unique auction mechanic, but it's got an auction mechanic, and each round, some of the parts of the round, the person with the most cities goes first, and then some in the buying one of the other rounds, the person with the least cities goes first. So it varies like that too. So it doesn't always. So going first isn't always the best thing in this game. So let me just show you the rear of this. So this is the map, as you can see here, of Germany. So that's the map of Germany. Also comes with it, and again, it's got the same thing on the bottom here, where your resources are in the cities. Oh yeah, and this is the player order up here. I didn't point that out on the other map. This is the player order right here. So, but definitely a very fun game. And so that's pretty much it. Power Grid. By Rio Grande Games. I'll definitely probably be doing a playthrough of this. I wanted to unbox it today because I definitely want to play it today, as our gaming group is getting together today. Starting to grow. We're actually at a local coffee shop, which we've been we're going to have our first gaming session there today. It's only a couple of members right now, but yeah, definitely having fun with it. So yeah, this is what I've been doing when I haven't been doing videos, is pretty much playing board games. So that's it. So thank you for joining me in the unboxing of Power Grid by Rio Grande Games. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next unboxing video. Bye-bye now.